This is episode 19 of the Growth Tigers podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Growth Tigers podcast. This is episode 19, and I'm Brian Cotter, your host. This week, we interview Mr. Tuan Anh from Angels for Us. He is an angel investor. He is also an innovation coach and a systems builder. He's got lots to share, and I think you'll find it interesting. Please do note that we are recording this outdoors in Ho Chi Minh City, which means there's a lot of background noise. I did my best to try to take it out, but gives you a little bit more of the local flavor. So I hope you enjoy, and you can check out more at growthtigers.com/GT19. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the Growth Tigers podcast. I'm Brian Cotter. I'm here sitting here with Mr. Tuan Anh from Angels for Us.
Hello, it's good to be here.
Okay, so really quickly, can you tell us who you are?
I'm the founder of Angel for Us, and with Angel for Us, we do two things. Number one, we provide seed fund to early stage startups operating in education, agriculture, and food processing. And number two, we work with government agency, accelerator, incubator, basically startup support organization to provide innovation coaching and help them develop startup community and ecosystem.
Okay. And what particular problem are you solving in this market?
And which one? Which market?
Vietnam. Because I know you do a lot of things, but
Right.
Why was there a need for your organization?
With startups, what I believe is in order to have a way up generation of startups ready for scale up, and we need to build a pipeline of early stage startups. And throughout the years, I see that they pretty much tend to die young because they don't have enough coaching, seed fund, and mentorship. So that's why I believe seed fund will provide one of the solution for them to continue to grow.
So you saw that the problem was there's gaps in their knowledge of how to operate a startup or operate a business.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did that insight come from? What experience led you to understanding that?
Well, then we have to go back around 3 years ago. I quit my merger and acquisition advisory firm because I think it's getting boring. I don't have much learning and much joy when I work with small and medium enterprise anymore. So I was on the process of figuring out what to do next, and I happened to learn about the online learning course on Coursera, the class called Beyond Silicon Valley, how you grow entrepreneurship in emerging markets like Vietnam and other markets. And the lecturers, he used to live in Vietnam and Fulbright for about 2 years. I was inspired, and I established Angel for Us, and I started to test my assumptions. What can I do? Number one is to make me feel happy again. How can I use my expertise, my resources to solve problems in the markets?
All right. So Angels for Us has been around for about 2 years then?
Yeah, basically. It will be 3.5 years soon.
Okay.
Right.
So in that time, what has been the most expensive mistake?
If you're talking about financially, and we make some stupid mistake when we put money into some early stage startups, and we lose all the money quickly after a few months. Yeah, that expensive mistake in terms of cash. But for me, more importantly, is you spend resources going to the wrong way for a long time, and without realizing that, that's expensive.
Okay. So do you have a specific example of going the wrong direction for a while? Is there something that sticks out?
Yeah.
Something that you think that your experience can help other people avoid?
It's pretty much the same as, when I talk to startup, they always a lot of them said my products have big market potentials, or my products or service can reach a wide customer segment, which I believe is not always the case. Because back in the time 3 years ago, I think I can help all kinds of startups. So I don't know which industry I should focus on. So I sometimes, me and my partner, we put money on different startups in different industry, and we end up losing all the money. Right? So saves analogy. So I think we should narrow down to a few things we know we are really good at. We really feel happy to do it, and focus on that.
Okay. Let's talk about the innovation coaching a little bit. What is innovation coaching? What does that actually mean in terms of what you do?
Yeah, the term is more like a fancy terms, but basically it's just, if we work with startups, innovation coaching is simply to teach them hands-on experience how to develop their products and services. That's it. Techniques or new ways on how to fastest way to bring the product or market to the markets. Test them. It's not good. Change. If it's good, how to do it better. That's it. If we're talking about innovation coach, web government agency, incubator, accelerator, it's more about how to help them build a program.
So if I know you work with the Saigon Innovation Hub.
Yeah.
Can you give our listeners kind of an overview of what your role would be to, say, help them develop a program to develop these startups?
Right. As you know, Saigon Innovation Hub is a newly established initiative. So our work with them, number one, is to help them develop a community. And number two is to provide, to organize workshop with help the community learn basic techniques to grow the startups. In doing so, we try to achieve two goals. Number one, of course, is to grow the community. And number two is to test, see the level of startup founder in Ho Chi Minh City. So in the future, if you want to build a training program or coaching program, we are able to design a more realistic content.
I don't know if the listeners can hear this, but sitting here outside, we can actually hear the drums of someone starting to celebrate Tet. Some sort of lucky drumming. So if you hear the drumming,
holiday is on the air.
Holidays in the air. So there's that. All right. You've come from a mergers and acquisitions background, right? A traditional kind of business background. And you studied in the UK.
Yeah.
Right?
I do my bachelor in Australia and master in the UK.
Okay. And what's the master's in?
Entrepreneurships.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So you got a master's in entrepreneurship, but you were doing M&A.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How long has this transition taken from being more traditionally business focused and higher value transactions to being entirely focused on really early stage startups?
Well, when we have to go back to around 2002, 2004. Yeah, when I graduated from Australia, I really have no idea what I have to do for my career. So I go back to my family business and portfolio investment management for individual clients. It's all right. My family background was banking, financing, and investment. So I think I try to get away from my family background and see what I can do. So I went to UK, studied entrepreneurships. Then I went back to Vietnam and established my first business venture, which is the public relations company, focused on investor relations and crisis management. And then after 2 years, we acquired a franchise in the US and Indochina, Vietnam, and Cambodia, around sales training, sales management. Doing that for 5 years helped us to build relationships and understand how corporate running and develop. So we start to receive some requests from our clients. So since you guys understand our business so much, so why don't you have doing management consulting, M&A to help them grow further? So I said, yeah, it's a good idea. I have finance background. Now I have a management advisory background. So sounds like a good formula.
Yeah.
So that's why I do it.
Okay.
Yes. But when I do it, I realize it's not as always beautiful as it may sound.
Okay.
A lot of private enterprise in Vietnam disappear after the global financial crisis. Yes, true, because of the crisis. My perspective is a lot of them die because they cannot innovate anymore. Right? They don't know, or maybe they refuse to refresh themselves. So wait for the past to become the present and the future again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if I stick to that industry for so long, I may become one of them.
Okay.
So yeah, one thing led to another, then I involved to startup.
Okay. All right. So now with this interest in startup, you have this high risk environment, which you talked about. Your most expensive financial mistake is the investment into a broad range of verticals that you saw the money kind of just burn off, disappear. Like you literally could have just burnt the money and had almost the same experience, right?
Yeah.
How is that being balanced by successes that you're having? I mean, Angels for Us invests a maximum of $20,000 for a small equity stake, right? Right. So you've already told us that you've had the experience the expensive mistakes.
Yeah.
How about some of those, the other side? How about some of the good stories, the ones that are allowing you to stay in this area?
Well, if financially we don't have any successful case, which we can showcase that I make 30x or 40x in investment return, but a very good case is the one we are able to have a startup grow, not by financial support, but by coaching and mentorships.
Okay.
Right? Because, be honest, 20K is not a lot of money. You can burn it up in a few days, right? A few months. But if you build a bonding with the founders and the core team, then opportunity will arise.
And so you have a few teams that are growing steadily.
Yeah.
Can you give us any insight into which fields that you're in that are showing good growth?
Food processing.
What exactly is the food processing industry? It seems like it's a broad kind of area.
It's a product which give average people in Vietnam to have enough nutrition,
okay,
but with less money, and they should have to spend on.
Okay, so food processing in this case is taking raw materials and processing it into a finished product.
Yeah.
Right? And the particular product that you are working with is a nutritional product that is more affordable.
Yeah.
Right? And so this is not really the traditional startup space that one would associate with, say, your work in technology. Right. So why did you pick food processing as a place to work on?
I love technology. Technology is cool. But my belief is technology is only serve human being, not the other way around. So, but in order to survive and to live, we all need food.
Okay, so this is a structuring of like these are core human needs.
Yeah. And at the same time, it happens to be me and my partners have more expertise in those domains.
Okay.
So that's why we narrow down into 3 specific fields.
So we're just starting 2017 here. After the Lunar New Year, after that, what do the next 6 months of Angels for Us look like?
Our plan is to, the last 2 years, we are able to develop a training content for startup that we support So it's one of the achievements that we're really proud because it's not. If we're talking about startup support organization in Vietnam, I don't think many of them have their own content to coach, to mentor, and to train the startups. So we are able to do that, which is a fantastic thing. It's also costs a lot of resources to do that, mistake and human effort along the way. After that, what I plan to do is we will promote a coaching program, which will welcome startup in all industry to join us. Those belong to the field that we are interested in may have a chance to receive seed fund, not just from us, but from our partners. And startup which in different industry, they may not receive seed fund from us, but they achieve a level in which they are ready for investment. So hopefully our program will create more impact to the community.
Okay. Yeah. So Angels for Us is angel investments.
Yeah.
Are you recruiting new angels to join, or are you staying with a certain set of people?
Right now, we are not looking to recruit new angels. We are more comfortable with our own network right now, which is small, but we're happy because we know each other well. And we set specific set of goals in each year that we want to do. Not just about we put money to invest into startup, but we take a longer perspective. We try to invest money to build resources, to build content, and to build community. Yeah, we're happy with that. So once we have, let's say, more robust community, and we have the content become more standardized, then maybe we'll start looking to recruit new angels.
Okay. Do you have any programs to connect with other investors of different types, like, say, seed and beyond?
Yeah. During the past 2 years, we actively working on the incubator and accelerator, not in Vietnam, but also in Mekong area.
Okay.
So that not only we share information, our startup database, but we also exchange best practice on how we best invest and have startups.
All right, let's turn the conversation back to you a little bit.
Yeah.
You do a lot of things, the coaching, the investing. You're very involved in the community. What inspires you to put all this effort into startups?
Number one thing is I realized that the only thing that's keep me going is if I enjoy it or not. But with startup, I really enjoy. I enjoy meeting them. I enjoy learning from them. I enjoy helping them. So basically, it's more about having fun.
So you wake up and it's time for fun.
Yeah, it's happy.
Good or bad, whatever happens in the day, it's still fun.
I can give you a perfect example of that is, I'm a mentor at SMA Mentoring. It's a non-profit organization, but we have a very, very good relationship within our group, mentor and mentees. That's the best relationship we have. It's way beyond any other business association I ever been to. It's hard to describe, but it is a mutual respect and mutual trust environments where people can freely exchange their view, support each other. And I have to say, I enjoy such quality of relationships.
Well, you've brought the topic up now, so SME mentoring.
Yeah.
You've been with the organization for a couple of years now, right?
2.5 years now.
2.5 years?
Yeah.
Actually, I have joined this year as a mentee.
Right.
And I can reflect on what you've just said about the relationships.
Yeah.
It's almost immediately obvious that when you talk to people, the approach is different.
Yeah.
the interaction has a different expectation.
Right.
Can you talk about how SME mentoring or mentoring one-on-one has designed the program to encourage this type of behavior?
Right. SMA mentoring, even though it's a non-profit organization, but the way we see it is it's pretty much like any other startups. We established 5 years ago. We know that mentorship is a way to have startups, especially to have founders, small business owners, to grow themselves personally, not financially, because mentoring is all about personal development. Okay. But we have to test ourselves along the way. What is the best way to provide mentorship to the mentees? So eventually, we believe that one-on-one is the best way, because only when one-on-one mentoring, only in that context, mentor and mentee can achieve what we call is the transformative relationships.
So, it's a silly question. You obviously have a mentor.
Yeah. Yeah.
How often do you meet with that mentor?
Mentor is a term. There's a lot of people in your life could be described as a mentor, but you don't call them mentor. So I can share with you, I have 2 mentors which have 0 business experience. One is a monk in my hometown in Huế, and the second one is a priest in Catholic Church in Vũng Tàu. So they have no idea about business, but they help me see things clearly when I have no idea what to do next. They listen to me. They give me some wisdom, open up new opportunity, new doors for me. So for me, they are a mentor figure. They are also like a father figure. Even though I don't meet them once a month, I don't have a luxury to meet them once a month, like all the mentee and SME.
Yeah.
But our relationships, I think, is since I was 12, so nearly 3 decades.
So it's interesting that you have religious figures as your mentors.
Yeah.
In a very business sense, they're very supportive and developmental.
Yeah, because that's the thing we always share with our mentees. If you look for your suitable mentor, don't just look for their business experience or their achievement. Try to look for their personality, their core value, see if they can supplement you or they can guide you along the way. Right. So I'm lucky that I have 2 mentors, which is outside business environment.
Do you have a more business-focused mentor?
I have one. It's my professor back in the UK. He's also the serial entrepreneur. Yeah. He guided me quite a lot during my time in the UK.
You're quite well read. I think we talked about this before. You do a lot of reading and in very broad topics, right?
Yeah.
Is there a book recommendation that you think every entrepreneur should read?
There's a lot of books.
That's why I asked for one.
Yeah, but the name is Start With Why. I forgot the
Simon Sinek.
Yeah. Which is very easy to understand, but I guarantee if the entrepreneur read it, it will change them one way or another on how they see their products, how they see their personal leadership, how they see their personal business venture, impact the environment, impact the market or the community. It's written in plain English, no technical terms. But
is there a Vietnamese translation?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Business opportunity right there.
It is. It is.
Okay. Okay, so that's a book recommendation.
Yeah.
Now, is there a particular quote or something that you like maybe you put on a poster on your wall, or not necessarily from the book, but in general?
Oh, okay. Give me a few seconds. There's quite a lot of quotes.
Choose one.
I know where it's come from. It's from a movie when I was a little kid, but it's a quote saying, "Life is a game, life is a dream."
What does that mean to you?
I know it can mean differently to different people.
Yeah.
But basically, you don't have to take things so seriously in life. Try to have fun along the way.
All right. So once again, for people to get in touch with you, they should go to should send an email to Tuan Anh at angels4.us.
Yeah.
All right, that'll be in the show notes. And if they want to figure out more about Angels for Us, they should go to the fan page on Facebook.
Yes.
Which is angelsforus.aig.
AIG.
Why AIG?
Angel Investment Group.
Angel Investment Group.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, understood. All right, thank you, Tuan Anh, for your time.
All right.
Happy New Year, and I'll talk to you soon.
Happy New Year to you too.